everybody. Today we're going to go over our Culinary 1 weekly preview for week 4. That is going to be February 16th through the 19th this week. This video will be good for anybody who wants a heads up of what we're doing for the week, our full online students, or anyone who is absent for the week. This week's theme that we're going to be tackling is s'mores bars and kitchen knife skills. So our first lab in the kitchens this week is going to be a recipe for s'mores bars. The nice thing about this recipe is it's a little bit more difficult and uses more equipment than our lab last week. So we're slowly and gradually getting to more difficult recipes. If you're an in-class student, make sure that you have watched this video clip and you followed along on our recipes. If you are an at-home student, this is going to be the first week that you are going to be completing your distance student lab form. This is also a lab form that can be completed for any students who are absent from the culinary lab. So what's going to happen here is you'll start by filling out your name, your hour of the class. The lab name for this week will be s'mores bars, and we are in week 4. Now, for our labs kind of going forward, what we really are wanting you to do, we'd love it if you wanted to make s'mores bars along with us from home, but we get that, you might not have those ingredients at home, you're providing your own food, so we give you the flexibility to consider other recipes that would be within a similar theme, okay? So the theme for this week is kind of like an easy get to know your kitchen recipe, okay? That's what our s'mores bars one is. You could decide to make another easy get to know your kitchen activity. You'll tell us what you decided to create, how long did it take you to prepare the dish, and where could you find the recipe? Where could we find it? Examples of recipes that would be good for this week, maybe like a tacos, where you're cooking the meat and assembling, your taco shells, maybe quesadillas, maybe you'd want to make like burgers, or maybe you're going to go sweets along with us, and maybe you're going to make brownies, or, something kind of quick and easy, something that would honestly take the same amount of time as it would in class. And our class period is 40 minutes long, okay? So we're not expecting you to cook anything that would take you longer than the 40 minutes. Again, we're going to do s'mores bars. Oh, there's the bell for you. But you have the power to kind of decide something else that you would want to make because you're at home, okay? And you're cooking on your own. So that's kind of a fun component to our class is, you can follow along with our themes to the week, but you have the power to decide of something else. So the main meat and potatoes of what Ms. Fredericks and I want from you for your makeup labs or your distance labs are photos, okay? We have stressed the last 2 weeks the importance of food photography skills, taking curated photos of our dish. And so for your labs that you make at home, you are going to include 5 photos. So you can see photo 1 can be inserted here, 2, 3, 4, and then a final food styled photo. One thing that you must also keep in mind is that you must be in at least one of the photos, okay? We need to see your face in your kitchen, cooking along with your food. And then in the space below, if you would just give us a description of what you are doing in that photo and how it leads to the final, that would be perfect. Keep in mind, this is our only view inside what you are doing at home. Okay, this document is very important that you load it with information because we are not at home with you. We need to have full confidence based off of these 5 photos and description that you completed enough to earn full credit for our lab in class, okay? And then the follow-up question below that is we would like for someone to always try your dish other than yourself. So other than yourself, who tried your recipe and what did they think about your dish? And we would love to hear their quotes and comments in the space below, okay? This lab form for our week's lab will be due at the end of that calendar week. Okay, so you can see we're starting class on the 16th. For our distance students, your lab will be due that Sunday evening. That's the end of the week. That allows you a little bit of flexibility in your week. So if Monday is not a good day for your family to cook, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, maybe, you can kind of have a little bit of flex time in there. Know that your teacher may mark that assignment absent or, missing in order to alert you and to remind you to turn that in. But it will be awarded full credit up until Sunday evening of that week. Okay. Any questions about that, you can let your teacher know. This document then can be shared with your teacher in an email. You can copy the link. You can head into your email and share that directly in an email. Keep in mind, it's very helpful when you remind your teacher what hour you are in, okay, and what lab it's for. Heading it to the email, that's a great place for it to be graded really quickly for you, okay? So after that, after your lab that week, whatever you decide to do for s'mores bars, day 2 of what we're going to be doing is previewing knife skills. So take a peek over this PowerPoint, and then our lab in class, our second lab of the week, is going to be our knife skills lab, where we demonstrate 6 different knife cuts utilizing 1 potato. So by the end of class, you'll end up with something that looks like this, okay? If you are a distance student and at home, we would like it for you to take a photo of your food item chopped up into the 6 different cuts, label each cut, and send that photo to your teacher in an email, okay? In class, we are using a potato, but don't feel like you have to use a potato. Open up your kitchen, you might find an apple, you might use a carrot, you might use, any item in your kitchen, even bread would work. There are many different things, so you don't have to feel like you need to go out and buy that. Some sort of food item that you can manipulate into the different cuts. That is going to be our second in-class lab of the week. For our students who are hybrid, we are going to be asking them to go home and try that activity again at home, okay? You'll notice here where it says online only, we don't need you to repeat the knife skills activity. We will exempt you from this because in essence, it is going to be the same activity you did the day before. Only our hybrid students, we're going to have them practice it at home. Okay, so that leads us to the end of the week. So let's just do a quick recap. We are going to be completing 1 lab form and emailing that to our teacher. We are going to be watching this knife skills video, and then we are going to be completing the knife skills lab, emailing a photo of it to our teacher for points. Second digital day is just a little bit of a buffer day. You do not need to repeat that assignment. The last thing that I will mention that we talked about in the video, that all of your assignments from that current week are going to be due every Sunday evening. So make sure those appear in your teacher's email by Sunday evening. Thanks. Let us know if you have any questions, and continue logging into the Google Meets each morning to be counted for attendance. Thank you.